Mr. Lexx just flex himself on nightly flicks. Like he just pulled a Mr. Flexx aka double X move on nightly flicks and killing whole career. Everything just done for. In done for. Like really? Mr. Lexx, you just flex yourself, okay? So if you need my thoughts and opinions on this story, please keep on watching. Mr. Flexx. If you guys don't know Mr. Flexx, him are the one we sing this song, Girl You Better Can Cook. You think of the up here for your pretty looks. And done man back book, cook a recipe book, and in a me cook. Yeah, if you don't know Mr. Lexx, him sing that the song there. Mr. Lexx like in one hit wonder song. That's his most popular song to date. And as he said in Nightly Fix, he's 43 years old and he is no longer the Swagger King or whatever the hell you want to say. But let's get right into the meat of the matter, right into the meat of this video. Me have the paper, me have everything right down, and I'll also insert clips if these people don't copyright my video. I'll also insert clips of Nightly Fix in this video, and so you guys can see exactly what he said and listen to hearsay. With that, all of that being said, let's get into the meat of the matter. He said, "Enough tune where Kartel put out a crap. Them just hot for the first 2 weeks when them come out, and then hear nothing after that." First of all, none of Kartel's songs that he put out is crap. That's the first thing. All of Kartel's songs are not hits. They're not chart toppers. They're not #1s on Billboard. They are not album worthy. They not bust internationally. But Kartel have never put out a song that is garbage, that is crap, that has to be thrown away or dashed in a garbage, or people don't want to hear it, or it's not relatable. Like none of Kartel music since he has been Vybz Kartel, since he has been Bounty Killer's prodigy, has been crap. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that Kartel floods the market with music. So this man drops song after song after song after song after song. Only can't keep up with him, and that's what the bogon about the whole thing. Y'all, as you said in the video, you need to find the formula. Kartel already has that formula that you're talking about, and that's why he's winning. That's why he's the king of dancehall and he's in a prison behind bars locked up. Okay, so let's get that out the way. None of music and a crap. Okay, none of it. And he floods the market. So even if one of his songs are mediocre or not up to par, or isn't a hit, or isn't a Billboard topper, within 2 or 3 weeks that song is non-existent, because he already put out 4 to 5 or 6 different tunes where hit, bangers, chart stoppers, Billboard hits, reggae hits, dancehall hits all over the world. Kartel have fans internationally. And like you said, his team is doing what they are supposed to do. And you wish you had a team like that. So that should say a lot. Okay? You are the one that said you wish you had Vybz Kartel team. So obviously you're admiring him and learn from him. Because you're like a one hit wonder and do nothing for you. The song where you put out, the song where you sing, I hate to break it to you, but it's rubbish. Like, it's not up to par. It's not on Kartel's level. Okay, I know you say he said in the video that a Gaza him say and him named Christopher Palmer, and he's allowed to say whatever he wants to say. But let me tell you this: once you this Kartel, you make a wrong move, especially where dancehall is concerned. And I understand that everybody has their opinion and everybody has their right to voice their opinion. It's a free world. The boss and Kartel can make a career stop, and Kartel can actually in dancehall stunt your progress. So be very careful of what you say about somebody that's that powerful, that have that much connection in dancehall. I know no for no come for me channel and talk about bagashita, but who cares? I the man, world boss, Gaza, me say I don't care who says differently. Let's go into the rest of the interview where we talk about no for the artists them can't dress. Them can't dress. Check Popcorn and Sunfest. No for the man them in the crowd just better than the artists them. My youth. A woman me name, so me can say this. A woman me name. Why you don't watch man and how them dress? That kind of suspect, or in everything. That's kind of suspect right there. Like why you don't watch man and watch how them dress and all these things? Because honestly, in a dancehall and dancing in general, the dressing thing, they kind of get out of hand. The man them pants tighter than one woman tights a road, and the man them they just better than woman nowadays, and then they go on with a bag of things in a dance hall as far as dressing is concerned. And a lot of people may say that kind of suspect, and they're more accepting of homosexuals and homosexual dressing and behaviors than we like to admit in dancehall. So let's get that out the way from off the bat, off the rip. Okay? So when you talk about dressing, you need to be very careful when you talk about dressing, because people can switch it up and take it a different way. We have enough problems in a dancehall as far as dressing is concerned. The man them take over the woman dressing and all these things. The man them pants tighter than tights. Woman tights where me can't even fathom how them get in them tight pants there. Like how do you guys do it? When no one piss, no balls now bottom, no balls now rub up together, no hood now hat on, like how on do it? Me no want no man. Let me say this. Me no want no man. And I've said this before and I said it again. Me say it from a young girl. I'm a old woman now. Not old, but I'm older now. Me no want no man will look better than me. Me no want no man will dress better than me. Me no want no man in a no pants with tighter than mine. Okay? So let's get that out the way. If you talk about dressing, you need to take that from a woman's perspective. You know, if you're a man, you're not supposed to be talking about how another man dressed. That's very suspect. Okay? But let's get on to the rest of the video. Popcorn can't deliver. That's what he said in the interview. Popcorn can't deliver. Honestly, if you're talking about delivery in dancehall and people that are recording artists versus performing artists, you have to talk about people like Alkaline. Alkaline is a recording artist. Alkaline can record enough hits and enough songs where bangers and all these things, but when it comes on to performing, he can't perform. He can't control a crowd. He doesn't know how to get a crowd reeled up. Okay? If you want to talk about performing artists and people that can't deliver, you can talk about people like Alkaline, not Popcorn. I've taken Popcorn in about 3 or 4 times already. Popcorn can deliver. Popcorn can actually keep a crowd going. People know Popcorn song them like the back of them hand. Like, what are you talking about? Popcorn can deliver. My youth, Bill. Okay? And then him said them don't care, they don't know nothing about authenticity, them need to study them craft. What he said right there is true, because nowadays a lot of these artists, or a lot of people, are pushing artists that don't really know the craft, that doesn't really know the entertainment business, that don't really know dance hall and where it came from. And then I push on like a prom artist that don't really know anything, and they put them out there for people to critique them. And then when them critique them and say, yo, the artist they can't perform, he no sound like what he record, them sound like a pure auto-tune he use, people get mad and people get in their feelings when you speak the truth. But what he said in that interview right there was facts, and that was actually factual information. We can represent and we can understand why he said that. Of course, a lot of these newer artists need to study them craft and actually know what they're doing, and actually know how to deliver song, and not just be a recording artist, but also be a performing artist that can shell with the stage and all these things. But if you're such a big artist, we get awarded or nominated for a BET Awards or MTV Award, since you're so big, why not go to the liquor artist them and tell them, say, yo, you need to do this and you need to do that, and you can't perform so, and you need to say this and you need to say that. Why not do that instead of coming and criticizing or talking ill of the artist them, when they are trying to do what they love and what they're passionate about? Why not go and talk about them? Talk to them actually about what they need to do or what they could do better, since you know so much. Since you've been nominated for MTV Awards, since you've been nominated for BET Awards, how many songs were you nominated for? I'll wait. Maybe one. But Mr. Flexx, you need to come better. You need to come harder next time. You need to come with some real music when you're doing this. Because the one where you put out a foolishness and a bag of fuckeries you talk on nightly fix. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on this story. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl Brains and to be here on YouTube. I'm out of here. Deuce.